everybody. Hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful start to their day. So we're going to be talking about a very important topic, and it's something that has come up often, and it's a question that continues to populate, and that is, how do I be seen, and how do I come across, and how do I put myself out there as an expert or a leader in my space? And we're going to talk about all that and more. So let's dive in. So Scott Aaron here. Welcome back to another live training, or obviously you may be watching this on the replay. So as always, please do hop into the chat as Rochelle has done. Use hashtag live. Or say hi and where you're tuning in from, or just drop your city, your state, your country, your province. If you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay so I do know to go back and say hello later. Please tag some people. Share this video on your personal timeline, wherever you're watching this to and from. And please don't forget to like, love, support whatever reaction you want to give in watching this live, whether it's the thumb up, the celebrate, support, whatever it is. Would really appreciate that. And also, just wanted to make a quick announcement. I know it's not for about a month or so, but my wife and I, 2 times a year, we do a LinkedIn workshop. It's 5 days, actually 6, because we do a bonus Q&A day. And we call it the Amateur to Expert 5-Day LinkedIn Workshop. So what we do is we teach people all of the latest trends, and things that they need to do to go from an amateur on LinkedIn to an expert in only 6 days. And we show you the key points and updates to your LinkedIn profile, the build of your network, how to generate leads, and also how to acquire clients, messaging, the structure of your sales calls, but also creating content and standing out as the expert in your space. So it's called the Amateur to Expert 5-Day LinkedIn Workshop. If you would like to register, it's done privately on Zoom. It's live and recorded. It's from April 24th to April 29th. Monday through Thursday is going to be from 8 to 9 p.m. EDT. Friday is from 5 to 6 EDT. And Saturday, which is our bonus 60-minute Q&A with myself and Nancy, is from 11 to 12 p.m. EDT. There's a workbook that you get, private access to a Facebook community for prize announcements, questions, and other information. So if you would like to register, just drop the words "I do" in the comments below. We will send you the registration link so you can get yourself registered. It's always amazing. We have a few hundred people show up every single time, and they really walk away not only with what they need to do on LinkedIn, but we've had people acquire clients in those 6 days of just learning from what we teach. So Leanna, thank you so much for jumping on. Hey, Scott, good to see you jumping on, my friend. So again, if you would like to register for our workshop, again, it's from April 24th to the 29th. Scott, not a problem. Anyone that types "I do," I will send you that private registration link, or I'll even drop it in the chat so you guys can sign yourselves up. And, would love to see as many people there as possible. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it, my friend. So today's topic is, what can I do to stand out as the expert on LinkedIn? How can I really stand out as a leader in the space that I'm in? And what I have found is that there's 3 specific things that can be done. And I'm going to give you all of these tangible things that you can do, because again, everything that Nancy and I talk about and everything that we teach is to make things as duplicatable and as replicatable as possible. Now, what I can also share with you is I really want people to understand that it's not as daunting or as challenging as it needs to be to accomplish the expertise and leadership role that you're all looking to do. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to gather as many recommendations / testimonials on LinkedIn as possible for social proof. So if you know how many recommendations you have, drop them in the comments below. Hey, Delta, good to see you jumping on. We got New Mexico in the house. And if you're jumping on late, again, if you would like to register for our Amateur to Expert 5-day LinkedIn workshop from April 24th to the 29th, as Scott has done and as Rochelle has done, just drop an I do and we will send you the registration link. And I also want to say, if you can't make any of the live trainings, they are recorded and available to watch back until the following Sunday, which I believe is May 5th or May 6th. So you have like a full 10 days to watch back as many of these trainings as you want. So Rochelle says she has 10 to 15 recommendations on LinkedIn. Awesome. That's great. Now, I'm just going to show you the importance of this. And again, you want to gather these recommendations from people that you know, like, and trust, people that you've worked with, people that can speak to your credibility and your experience. So just to kind of show you mine really quickly so you can get an idea. So I have 509 written recommendations. And why I'm showing you this, and you can see the most recent one I received was actually yesterday. So I'm consistently getting these recommendations. And what I can share with you is that this is the social proof that you need. So when people want to know, what makes Scott stand out different from other people, what makes X, Y, and Z person an expert or different. The fact of the matter is that when you direct someone to your LinkedIn profile and say, hey, listen, I want you to check out my profile, read through some of my recommendations, and those people's words will do the explaining for you. So when someone goes to my profile and they see that, wow, this person has accrued over 500 written testimonials and written recommendations, that's all the social proof that you need. The other great thing is that you can actually download all of your recommendations and use them as testimonials for your website and for actually other social media platforms, because again, social proof is key. So the first thing that you really want to focus on is gathering your recommendations and testimonials for social proof. I always share with people, you will find yourself selling less and convincing less and connecting more based on the confidence that you have in what you know, what you teach, and what you educate people on. So people coined me a LinkedIn expert. I didn't consider myself a LinkedIn expert. I was just using LinkedIn in a very genuine, authentic, and organic way to build, grow, and scale our business. And it ended up being a very duplicatable process and system that is very easy for people to follow and actually implement, and they end up getting the same results. So people started coining me an expert, considered me a guru. I never self-appointed myself as a guru or an expert. People consider me that, and that's something I'm very proud of. It's something that I'm very honored to be considered, but it also goes to show you that I've gotten a lot of results for a lot of people. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. Again, if you are just joining in, please do say hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you are jumping in on the replay, but please drop the city, state, country, province you're coming into and from. But please don't forget to also like, love, support, whatever reaction you would like. Follow my LinkedIn profile and turn my LinkedIn notification bell on. And again, as Scott has done and as Rochelle has done, if you would like to sign up for our Amateur to Expert 5-day LinkedIn workshop, April 24th to the 29th, where we're going to teach you all about everything that you need to do in optimizing your profile, searching, connecting, messaging, client acquisition, content creation, and being the expert in your space, just drop an I do in the comments and we will get you that registration link. So number 2 is you want to create consistent educational content. What do you think I'm doing right now? I am creating a live training piece of educational content that is going to educate and inform anyone who watches this live or on the replay of what they can do to, LinkedIn wise, become the expert in their space. You always want to leave people better. People that are considered experts are people that lead with value and ask for nothing back in return. Lead with value and ask for nothing back in return. Now, if people are living in that fear mentality state where I'm afraid to give too much information, I need to keep some things secretive, well, you're living more in the lack mentality. And for people to cross that bridge to know, like, and trust you, where they're going to invest in you, you have to invest in them first. You have to make that free investment of content in those individuals where they start to position you as the go-to person, as the expert, as the source that they want to tune into each and every day, week, month, and year to find out all of the things they want to know in regards to what is being taught. I want to continue to refacilitate my LinkedIn stature as being an educator, an information source, a guru, an expert, whatever people want to call me, as much as I can. And I practice what I preach. You know, there's a lot of people that consider themselves LinkedIn experts that aren't practicing what they're preaching. You know, do they have a newsletter on LinkedIn? Are they doing LinkedIn Lives? Are they doing video at all? Are they doing polls? Or are they just selling and pitching their audience on things that they're doing? I care more about the long game than the short game. There's a lot of people that go for the sales and try to get. I'm about long-term relationships. You know, I don't do much one-on-one consulting anymore. I take on maybe a client a month, if that. I don't even promote it. And I've picked up 2 clients in the last week and a half. Both were referrals. So it just goes to show you, when you continue to lead with value and you create content that educates and informs your audience, it's going to position you as the expert in your space. So doing posts, doing video content, polling your audience, newsletter articles, all of those things cumulatively position you as that expert. Produce your own content. Use ChatGPT as a prompt if you're stuck on ideas. And that's something we're actually going to be teaching in our workshop. We're going to show people that attend our 5-day workshop how they can leverage ChatGPT for content that they can create that is in their own voice. Just use prompts and ideas to create their own content. So we're also going to be doing a ChatGPT training integration into the 5-day LinkedIn workshop. So you don't want to miss that either. So again, gather as many recommendations and as testimonials as possible for that social proof. Create consistent educational content that builds the know, like, and trust. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. And again, finally, number 3, have assets outside of LinkedIn to back your expertise. So what do I mean by this? If you are solely relying on LinkedIn or social media in general to be the source of income for your business, you're living in a very, very dangerous place, because social media is rented land. We don't own our connections. We don't own any of this. The lights can be turned off like that. It's the truth. We don't own our Facebook friends. We don't own our LinkedIn connections. We don't own our followers at all. So you want assets outside of LinkedIn. Having your own branded podcast, having a book, having a course, having a membership, having a coaching program, having consulting, having an email list, having a website that you can drive traffic to that has some sort of free opt-in, where you're collecting emails outside of LinkedIn. All of those external assets will back your expertise, because then you can showcase them on social media. So you can showcase your podcast on LinkedIn. You can showcase your course or your book, which I have my books all over my LinkedIn profile. And that's why we have a group coaching mastermind called Expert Authority, where we teach experts in whatever industry people are in how to become the experts in their space, how to launch their podcast, how to write their book, optimizing and creating a website, creating all those lead magnets and those assets where you're building a scalable and profitable business, a small and mighty business, right? High profit, low overhead, high revenue. So having all of those external assets outside of LinkedIn, not only to back your expertise, but you can share those external resources. So on my LinkedIn profile, I have one of my external resources. If you go onto my LinkedIn profile, you are going to see right here. That's my free LinkedIn download. So that is an external resource that I have on my profile that builds the know, like, and trust. That's why optimizing your profile is so important. You know, when people go here, they can buy my book right in my featured content section. There's my free gift, right? I can continue to go all to my featured content. And what I can do is people can listen to my podcast right from here. So again, these are all great ways of solidifying your expertise. So making sure that you're doing these three things. You are gathering your recommendations, testimonials for social proof. You're creating consistent educational content on LinkedIn, and you have those external assets. And if you don't, you got to start thinking, okay, what are the external assets that I need to create to back my expertise? And people think it's much more difficult than it really is. It's easy. You know, Nancy and I have built out an entire plan for people to follow where they don't have to spend any money to create their podcast. They have to spend very little money to create and write their book. They can create a website for free on Canva. You know, you can create your lead magnet for free on Canva. You can use an email collection source like MailerLite for free. People think that it's a lot of money to get all these external sources in place. No, not true. We teach you how to do that for very little money, if any money at all. So again, we really want to drive home the importance of being that expert, right? Standing out in your space. So again, if all this has made sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. Also, I would love to hear from you. Drop into the comments what your biggest takeaway was from today's training. And finally, if you would like to be part of our Amateur to Expert 5-day LinkedIn workshop from April 24th to April 29th, where we're going to teach you all this and more, how to be the expert in your space, as Scott and Rochelle has done. You want to learn how to optimize your profile, build the right kind of network, generate leads, get people to book calls, close clients, create content, be that standout expert. Just drop an I do in the comments below. We'll get you that registration link so you have plenty of time to get in, get your workbook, get the private Zoom link so we can dive in together. So everyone, I hope you found value in today's training. Love and gratitude to each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye, everyone.